Hey guys, it's Juice. I'm just coming today with a little TDS guide. First off, before we start, I want to say I've never used this recording software before, so you're going to have to kind of bear with me. I'm going to try to do it all in one take, and my voice sounds a little weird, so we'll just see how it goes, and hopefully I won't have to do another take or edit it, because I really don't want to edit it. So here we go. So right now I'm geared up at the bank on top of Lumbridge Castle. Now I recommend this bank because if you do it at the chest down below instead, it doesn't automatically heal your HP. So I recommend just taking an extra few seconds to run up here and gear up here. So first off, you want Dark Light, Royal Crossbow, and I have a Staff of Light. You can have Staff of Life. The best would probably be Chaotic Staff. I don't have that. I recommend a two-handed weapons for everything, or for range and for magic, just because it only takes up one slot and you don't have to switch two things, and you'll see how useful that is later. So I'm just going to go ahead and run down and then kind of show you the way. Also, you want 2 Sapphire Lanterns if you're going to be soloing, because if you die and you don't have another one, you won't be able to get back down. So make sure you have 2 Sapphire Lanterns. It's pretty easy to make them. If you have no idea TDS before, you need to do while Gothic sleeps in order to get there and in order to kill them. So make sure you've done the quest. If you haven't, it's a pretty high level quest, so consider doing that before you even watch this guide. The main motivation behind killing them is the dragon limbs drop. I just actually got one today, and I sold it for 21.1 mil, so that's a nice little paycheck. I was a couple hundred kills dry, but I think the drop rate's around 1 in 300, so I was right around that. But you can get kills pretty quick, and 20 mil payday ain't bad for soloing a monster that really doesn't take that much attention. So you're just going to use your little Sapphire Lantern on one of these guys. Just going to pull up this, you want to put into the chasm. And this is also right by Tears of Gothics, the little mini game, if you know where that is. So real quick on my setup, I have fire spells set. As you can see once I stop lagging. I just have a level 75 one set instead of the level 95 because I only have a level 75 weapon. And I brought my Royal Crossbow. Make sure you check it and make sure it's not going to break. Mine, I'm sure, is like 45-ish. I just checked it earlier. Yeah, 43. And then Dark Light you have to have it, otherwise you will not have a fun time and you'll never be able to kill them. But you can also make these like little ranging potions that you can throw, but it's not really worth it, so unless you're really hardcore. I just brought a bunch of prayer. Mostly you won't get hit very much, you'll just pray and then the things won't hit you. It's kind of like back before EOC where you just prayed and then you never actually got hit. They kept the same mechanic for TDS because it wouldn't really have worked otherwise. I have a bunyip with me because I'm pretty good. If you're going for your first time or you are not very good yet, I recommend bringing a unicorn if you can, or maybe even like a war tortoise filled with food if it's really giving you a hard time. Other than that, and I brought 1 extreme ranging and 1 extreme magic. I actually brought the charming imp and these guys because I like to pick up the charms because they actually add up pretty quick. This is an infernal urn. It automatically picks up the infernal ashes for me so that I can get a little bit of prayer XP as well. And obviously I brought alch runes, and I'm on the normal spells, so I can alch things as they drop a lot of rune items, so that's nice to do. And then as far as the gear goes, I've just got Royal Bolts, Ammo of Fury, Runescape's hood. So I have hybrid gear here. You can use Runescape's or a Crease. I don't even know how to say that, sorry guys. I have the War Priest stuff on, otherwise I just don't have the helmet for it, so that's why I don't wear it. I wear a Trim Skill Cape. You can wear the Solar's Cape, is pretty good because it's got 5 prayer bones instead of 2. You can also wear the Demon Horn necklace here. I like Penance a lot, or I should have grabbed Greater Reverence, but Penance is fine too. 6-stage circuit, and Sign of Life, just in case. Shouldn't need it. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead. So you want to pray mage. They always mage first. So we're going to go ahead and so you want to run to this north spot. I usually face south because it's a lot easier to see them. I'm actually on a very high population world, so it's going to spawn fast. So hopefully that doesn't give us any problems. So right now I'm in the safe spot, or relative safe spot. I'm going to go ahead and drink my prayer renewal. And then I'm maging. So I want to make sure momentum is on first off. That's very important. And then I'll just go out here and hit this guy. So see, when he does that move, that means he's about to change attack style. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to hit him with Dark Light to disable the shield he got on. So I just disabled the shield. Now I'm switching to range because he's praying mage. So I need a range. So I brought range and mage, because you'll see how useful that is in a minute. But you can basically stand back. Right now I'm not standing back, but you can stand back and he'll never have a chance to melee you, which is very nice. You'll take very little damage. So if you think, oh, I really suck at mage or I really suck at range, it's actually still better than trying to melee, especially if you want to try to use something like Drag Horse. It's extremely difficult because you have to switch both weapons, and then it's just not ideal. So mostly TDS is about luring as well as prayer switching. So if you can get those two things down, you'll do pretty good just off of that. So you can see this is my first drop. It didn't drop Infernal Ashes, it just went straight into my urn. You can see it started a new urn right here. I'm just going to pray mage. Make sure you have your Staff of Light or whatever weapon you have. I'm using the hotkeys here. You can see I set them up. I just use 1-2 for the prayer switches, and then QWE for the weapon switches, which is very easy for me. These other ones I don't really use except for the high alch when I get a drop. But so we're just gonna, that guy's right there, so make sure you're praying the right thing first, and just step back right here. I just gotta disable auto retaliate. Otherwise it's gonna give problems. So he's already praying mage, so you want to switch to Dark Light. Make sure you run over here first. This is the safe spot right here. These two squares, depending on where they're standing. And when in doubt, you want to pray mage. So if you're not sure what he's going to do next, just pray mage. So you can see that little thing coming up. I need to pray range. So it's about learning what he's attacking you with and what you need to attack with. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to try to show you as many of the luring spots as I can in this video if I have the time. I want to keep it pretty short, but it's kind of hard to explain everything in a short amount of time. So we'll try to finish this kill, and then we can see if we can lure another one. So most likely, yeah, I'm lagging a little bit because of this video, but we'll try to get it done anyways. Also, when in doubt, just switch prayers. It's probably going to switch. He sometimes can go back to the same one, but not always. Okay, so sometimes I'll just come up right here. That's fine. See how that thing came down? That means he's ranging next. It's kind of like learning the Jad attacks almost. So one reason why I'm using momentum is because if you switch weapons and then you try to use an ability, you have to wait like 3 seconds for your abilities to cool down, every single one of your abilities. So basically, see how fast I'm switching right now, and it automatically attacks with momentum. You'd have to wait 3 seconds every time, and it's very difficult and very annoying. So that's why I don't use abilities here. And you know what? I get kills just fast enough. So if you're duoing or trioing, you can use abilities. If you're trioing, I highly recommend using abilities. But if you're soloing, don't try, because it's very difficult and not worth your time. So a very common drop is diamonds. So I'm going to pick those up because they're noted. Just going to eat so I have space for this. Okay, so this guy's right here, right? So make sure I'm praying mage. And I'm going to walk right here. So this is another lure spot. So then you want to walk back to right here. And you can go ahead and attack him. The only sucky part Okay, so apparently this one can only do 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to cut it down here, but we're going to see how fast I can do it. So right now he's praying mage, but he doesn't have his shield down yet, so I got to switch back to my dark light and then go hit him. So his shield is disabled. You can see this little message right here. Then I want to make sure I'm ranging. So if you get into this kind of situation, you just want to run kind of back here. See if you can get him lured to over here first. So it's hard to get the prayers right if you really haven't done too much before, but once you have, it's not too bad. So see how he meleeed me there? If I'm standing back, he can't melee me. And I'm getting hit by this guy too, but we can lure him in a second. So sometimes you have to stop the kill on one just to get the other one's lured correctly. And you can leave this one over here. He pretty much won't hurt you at all. Also, you may not see the animation of your guy attacking, but it may have already lowered the shield, so you gotta watch out for that too. You might just be standing there for a while and you're like, why isn't the shield going down, or whatever, so. Just gonna alch that. And that's pretty much it. If you guys need help, I'm more than willing to take you down here. And like I said, I recommend the unicorn, because you're probably gonna miss switches like this, and then you might have his shield come back up. If you don't kill it fast enough, his shield will come back up. So you see this message right here, that's because that one right there regained its strength against me. And another important thing to mention is they switch their prayer, when they're praying above their head, every 3,000 HP you take from them. So see how this guy's armor just came back up because I didn't kill it fast enough. Now normally I don't have that problem, but because I'm doing this video, I'm not really paying that much attention. So this guy's right here. I want to lure him back to here, so I'm just going to run right over here. So he's ranging, so I want to make sure I pray range. And this guy's just sitting here, so that's fine for now. Another reason why I use range and mage is because if he does regain his shield and he's praying melee, you'll have to switch it back. So see how long it's taking me to switch it just off of melee? That really sucks. If you have to do that twice in one kill, it wastes a lot of time. So yeah, it's just nicer to not ever have to think about that. And that's pretty much going to do it for this guide, guys. I was hoping to maybe get a little more kills, but apparently this recording software only goes 10 minutes, so it's going to end up being about a 14-minute guide. I'll just finish this kill and then we'll call it a wrap here. And I actually didn't even drink these, but you don't really have to. If you want to bring overloads, it's pretty overkill if you're soloing, but if you're truing and each person's doing like one style, then it's maybe could work if you're overloading, but okay, well that's it, guys. It's been good. If you want to log out or teleport away, just run over here and wait till you are not in combat and just tell out. Alright, see you guys next time.